Hello, we're going to talk about a recommendation I have for a holiday gift set for your kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, students, friends, anybody. I love this book series. It is so fantastic. This is the Heartwood Hotel series by Kallie George. And if you're not familiar with her, Kallie George wrote the Magical Animal Adoption Agency series. I'm sure if you can see that, so bright in here as well. These are books printed by publishers Disney Hesperion. These are beautiful chapter books with illustrations about magical land where all these strange and unusual creatures and animals get adopted and homes are found for them, and they'll have these special abilities. But these are the Heartwood Hotel books. I love these so much. They're technically, I'd say, grades 2 to 5, maybe 7 to 10 years old. I love them so much. There are 4 books. They do not come in a box set that I've seen. I've purchased them all individually as they've been released in the last couple of years. So let me start by showing you the first one. The first one is called Heartwood Hotel, A True Home by Kallie George. And these are little novels, as you can see. And on the inside, the text looks like, you can see that, like this. And they do have splattered throughout, you see some little illustrations and some full-size illustrations, which would look like these. They're kind of done in like pencil type drawings, black and white. And I'll read you the back, but the premise for these books is about a little mouse who comes across, who's homeless. She never knew her parents, or she did, and they were separated when she was little. She's wandering this forest. She comes across this magical grand Heartwood Hotel, which is like a luxury hotel in the not Robin Hood, Fernwood Forest, which is like a tree turned into a luxurious hotel for creatures. And she actually stumbles upon it, and they need a maid, and she gets hired there. And all the books spin off from that. And it's also partly her on her journey to try to discover her parents. And it turns out as the books go on, she finds that her parents passed through there. There's markings and evidence that her parents that she so long were detached from actually had been there and stayed there, which is really interesting. And it's really kind of sad and sweet at the same time. So she's kind of like an orphan mouse, which is, again, similar to the orphan theme in children's literature. When Mona the mouse stumbles across the wondrous world of the Heartwood Hotel in the middle of a storm, she desperately hopes they'll let her stay. As it turns out, Mona is precisely the maid they need at the grandest hotel in the Fernwood Forest, where animals come from far and wide for safety, luxury, and comfort. But it's not all acorn souffle and soft moss-lined beds. Danger lurks, and as it approaches, Mona has to use her wits to protect the place she's come to love, because this hotel is more of a home and shelter than she's ever had. It is really precious. It was an addicting enough book like that I went and bought the next one and the next one, and then I had to wait for the other one to come out. I enjoyed reading these. You can read them, in a day, obviously. It's really cute and sweet. There's some adorable characters throughout the book. The next book, although I'm not sure which came second, probably the spring one. Yeah. Better Together. It's called Better Together. And what I like about these books also, she based them on seasons: summer, fall, winter, spring, and each one has a different story of what happens in the forest during that time of year. So with this one, spring has come to the Fernwood Forest, and with Mr. Heartwood off on vacation, it's up to Mona and the rest of the staff to keep the hotel running smoothly. When rumors burn of a rival lodge going up in the forest, she's determined to prove that the Heartwood is the very best by putting on an elaborate spring splash. Guests check in from near and far to compete for the cutest egg, the tiniest talent, and the best blossom. Yeah, so this one, was all about a contest between 2 hotels, and it's really super cute. And, it all becomes about competition and winning, but then there's each of these books has like a twist of events, which kind of puts the animals into a dangerous, perilous scenarios. And then there's some kind of a hero that comes across at the end. So, but I love the creativity in these books. They're just so pretty and cute and creative. And like, she takes like, the author, she's able to bring like the world of these animals to life. It's written like they're talking living animals, just like there would be people, but it's like as an animal, as a skunk, or there's a bear in one of them, or a wolf, or a porcupine, or whatever comes across the hotel. It's what life is like for them in the forest, with the dangers they have, and about the animals getting along. Heartwood Hotel Home Again is this is the one about the forest fire. Yeah. So this one is pretty, I don't want to say rough, but it's all about, you know, a fire comes through and threatens to destroy the forest and the hotel, and there's some animals in danger, and Mona becomes a hero, and so it's about protecting the guests. And in every book, new characters come in as well, and so this one was, you know, it was devastating. You know, in Oregon here, we had terrible forest fires in September. Just all of Oregon, there was terrible fires. We were actually evacuated for days, and so many animals were killed, and wild animals and pets. People lost their pets. So forest fires are a rough topic, but she does it very nicely in this book. It's summer at the Heartwood Hotel, and everyone is in a flurry getting ready for Mr. Pickle's wedding to the Mr. Quilson. Meanwhile, a new mouse guest named Strawberry comes to stay. She's sweet and soft-spoken like Mona and gifted in the kitchen just as Mona's mother was. Could Strawberry be her long-lost relative? And this is where we get into more about her parents' origin, the parents she's never really known since she was so little. But then lightning strikes and the fire starts, so it goes on to describe that book. And this is one of my favorites of them all, which is the Heartwood Hotel, the winter holiday one. You can see the beautiful snow theme. This one's called The Greatest Gift. And this one is about like a winter jubilation, you know, for a celebration to celebrate winter, kind of like a winter games, and like almost like a Christmas festival, but more winter themed, like a Frozen or a kind of a Snow Queen environment. And they just make the winter, the animals and the author, the winter is just made to seem so like magical and delightful in this book. I loved it so much. Mona has finally found a place to call home, and at the Heartwood Hotel after being a hero, no mercy events. She works as a maid. So if each book assumes you haven't read the previous book, so it always starts out giving a little backdrop of what her situation is, how she got there, in case you didn't read the previous books. Tilly, following the festival of Saint Slumber celebration, most of the guests have settled into hibernate, and the staff is looking forward to a relaxing winter. But disruptions abound, from a difficult Duchess to a mysterious midnight snacker. Food supplies with storms run in short supply, and can they save it with the celebration, a winter celebration? So again, there's always perilous situations, and then we have after sort of heroic events. But the art on these are beautiful, and they are illustrated by Stephanie, I guess Gregan is how you pronounce her name. So you can see these books. Each book sells for like, I don't know, $7 or $8. You can just buy them. And these are also by Disney Hesperion, which I guess they publish their own books. So I think they're adorable and beautiful. I love this collection. A couple times a year I go through a purge or trade of tons of children's books that I've read, studied, reviewed, put into my courses. But there's always books that I hold on to that I will never get rid of or trade or sell for other books so I can buy more books. And this is one of the series that I've several times gone through, you know, purges, and I've never let go of this series because it's just so adorable and magical. So that's the Heartwood Hotel series by Kallie George. Pick it up for your kids, yourself, or someone at Christmas who will absolutely love it. Put it in an adorable gift bag with a little, you know, cute mouse gift tag, and they will be really happy.